Hey babes, welcome back to Celeb Sip. It's your girl Doreen, and woo, you'll better sit down, because today's tea is boiling hotter than a villa fire pit at Casa Amor. We are getting into this season of Love Island, and when I say it was controversial, I mean it had Ofcom's phone lines on fire, Instagram comment sections exploding, and viewers literally writing essays about the nonsense they were seeing on screen. Now babes, let's get one thing straight. Love Island has always been messy, like you sign up to watch good-looking people flirt, fight and fake romance for prize money. That's the whole formula. But this year was different. This year had a darkness to it. We're talking misogyny allegations, 14,000 official complaints, Women's Aid stepping in to call out bad behavior, and on top of all that, racism accusations so loud that fans are still demanding justice. And yet, Ofcom said, nope, dismissed next. Can you imagine? Thousands of people sending in complaints, fans crying out online, Women's Aid literally posting statements, and Ofcom was like, oh well, the sun is shining, nothing to see here. So babes, let's break this all the way down, because if Ofcom won't address it, then CelebSip will. First of all, can we talk about the numbers? 14,000 complaints. Babes, do you know how bad something has to be for that many people to go out of their way to file a complaint? Not just tweeting. Not just whining in a group chat, actually typing up an Ofcom complaint and submitting it. That's paperwork. That's effort. Last year we had complaints, sure, but this season tripled it. Tripled. And what were people mad about? Honey, pick your poison. The list was long. Fans were furious about production bringing Meghan and Blue back after the public had voted them off. Like babes, imagine doing your civic duty, voting to dump someone, only for producers to be like, plot twist, they're back babes, you thought you were in control. One fan tweeted, so what's the point of us voting if producers just undo it? Waste my 50p again and see what happens, ITV. Then we had the misogyny complaints. And this wasn't just people being dramatic. The boys in the villa were straight up wilding. The gaslighting, the disrespect. The way some of them spoke to the girls, it was giving toxic masculinity deluxe. It got so bad that Women's Aid, a whole charity dedicated to ending domestic abuse, had to make a public statement. Like imagine running a reality TV show so messy that Women's Aid has to step in. They wrote on Instagram, reality TV isn't just entertainment, it shapes how people think about relationships, gender roles and what behavior is acceptable. And babes, they're not wrong. These shows influence people. Kids, teens, even grown adults watch and absorb these dynamics. And what they saw this season was not cute. But if you thought misogyny was the worst of it, no babes. Let's sip on the real scalding tea. Now babes, enter Shakira Khan, Pakistani English islander, gorgeous, funny, outspoken, and somehow painted as the villain. Let's talk about that because this is where the show really lost people. Shakira started off strong, fans liked her, she had personality, she had spice. But as the season went on, suddenly the edit flipped. Suddenly she's aggressive. She's stirring the pot, she's the problem. Sound familiar? Because babes, viewers clocked it instantly. By the time we got to the most likely challenge, things were downright ugly. Shakira herself admitted on camera that she felt like she was being hounded by the other islanders. She said the experience was draining. And y'all, you could see it on her face. That wasn't entertainment, that was someone breaking down on national TV. And guess what? That same week, more than 9,000 complaints were filed. 9,000! All in 1 week. Viewers weren't having it. One viral tweet read, you can call it drama, but when it's a Pakistani woman getting dogpiled and edited as the villain, it's not just drama, it's racism. Over 10,000 likes on that one. Another fan posted, if Shakira was white, the narrative would have been completely different. They would have called her fiery or passionate, not a villain. ITV knows what they're doing. Babes, it was everywhere. TikTok edits, Instagram reels, entire Twitter threads dissecting how Shakira was treated. And the worst part? Rumors started swirling that Shakira actually asked to leave the villa. That's how bad it got. Imagine being in a show that's supposed to be about finding love, and instead you're begging to get out because you're being bullied. And let's not sugarcoat it. Fans weren't just accusing islanders of bullying, they were accusing producers of racism. The villain edit was too convenient, too stereotypical, too nasty. One comment I saw said, not them turning a Pakistani girl into the designated troublemaker. You'll always need a scapegoat, and it's always a woman of color. Whew! They said what they said. And babes, it wasn't just Shakira. Oh no, let's not forget about Alima Gagigo. Now if you watch the season casually, you might be like, wait, who? And that's the point. Because Alima barely got airtime even though she was consistently voted to stay. Make it make sense. Multiple islanders after leaving the villa have said Alima was hilarious, like actual comedy gold. But on screen, crickets, silence, as if she wasn't even there. Helena said in an interview, "She was so funny to watch, she'd be doing 10 things at once, but nothing would get done." That sounds iconic, that sounds like content, but the producers didn't show us any of it. Instead, what did we get? Alima being awkwardly snubbed by Blue, remember that? She picked him, and when Maya Jama teased him about it, Blue hit us with, "Every girl looks beautiful." And Maya literally had to check him, saying, "Yes, but Alima chose you." Like, babes, the shade. And the internet went crazy. One fan tweeted, "Not Blue acting like being picked by Alima is a chore. The disrespect is loud." Another wrote, "Producers really said, we'll show Alima when she's embarrassed, but not when she's funny. Classic ITV treatment of black women." Then Alima herself spoke out in a Grazia interview. And babes, she didn't hold back. She said, "I genuinely thought as a black woman I would need to work 10 times harder, on the show and after. That was something that really impacted my decision going on to the show, whether I'd be able to deal with that or not." 10 times harder. She said the quiet part out loud. And honestly, hearing her say that broke my heart, because we, the viewers, saw it happen. She was there, she was present, but she wasn't visible. Now, of course, ITV had to respond. And babes, are we shocked by what they said? Of course not. In a statement to the BBC, ITV said, "We would take any suggestion that any editorial decisions are made based on race very seriously indeed, and would refute this in the strongest possible terms." Refute, that's the word. Refute. Like babes, thousands of complaints, social media outrage, islanders speaking out, and ITV is like, "Nope, we didn't do that, not us." But here's the thing. This isn't new. Year after year, fans accuse Love Island of sidelining women of colour, and year after year, ITV denies it. So at what point do we stop accepting the PR statements and start calling it what it is? And babes, this is where it gets even messier. Because after all of this, the 14,000 complaints, the Women's Aid statement, the racism allegations, the fan outrage, Ofcom dismissed every single complaint, every single one. They said, "Nope, nothing to see here, case closed." And honestly, that dismissal was like a slap in the face to every viewer who felt triggered, every islander who felt erased, every fan who spent their energy calling out what they saw. One comment summed it up perfectly. "So 14,000 people hallucinated the same thing. Make it make sense." Another fan wrote, "If Ofcom won't hold ITV accountable, who will? Because clearly producers can do whatever they want and get away with it." So babes, what do we do with all this? Because at the end of the day, Love Island is entertainment. But entertainment doesn't exist in a vacuum. What we see on that screen shapes how people think, how people behave, how people treat each other. When a Pakistani woman is edited as a villain, when a black woman is erased, when misogyny is brushed off as banter, it sends a message. And that message is dangerous. The tea is this: ITV might deny it, Ofcom might dismiss it, but the viewers, we see it. We're not blind. We know what's going on. And until they do better, this cycle is just going to keep repeating. So babes, I want to know, what do you think? Were the complaints justified? Was Shakira treated unfairly? Did Alima deserve more airtime? Should Ofcom have done more? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I need to know if y'all are as fired up as I am. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next Celeb Sip tea spill. Because babes, if reality TV is going to keep giving us scandal, I'm going to keep serving you the receipts. Until next time, stay sassy, stay shady, and keep sipping that tea. Bye, babe.